What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. This is, and we are, the Vertcoin Core. Today is June 30th, 2021. We have a market cap of 34,479,000 with a circulating supply of 60,682,397 Vertcoin. Our current USD price is 56 cents with a Satoshi value of 1,644 Satoshis against a Bitcoin price of 34,560 US dollars. I want to give a quick shout out to Mike XG, that's Mike XG2 on Twitter, for being the first to bring to my attention that we have been listed on HitBTC as of June 21st. HitBTC is an exchange that I used to use all the time. I actually really enjoyed it. It's got a great UI, very functional. For some reason, they caused some flack back in the day. They used to be called shit BTC is what they used to call it, in different circles of the internet. But I never saw a reason why. Always was a good, solid exchange. I enjoyed using it a lot. I just kind of have focused my efforts more around Bittrex lately. But HitBTC is a good exchange, and it's good to have them list Vertcoin. I, for some reason, thought that they had Vertcoin listed, but apparently not. Maybe they delisted them because of the 51% attacks and are just now relisting them. And hopefully we see a lot more of this happen as time moves forward. Popping over into the charts, here we see against USD, we're still seeing this downtrend play out from $2.40. Yeah. Still seeing that play out. We have had a little bit of a pump, a little bit of a spike here on the bottom end of that. We'll get a better look at that. I just wanted to show you where we are against USD. We're going to look at this now against Bitcoin to kind of see how that has played out. And I'll tell you what I'm seeing here is, well, there you see kind of where we are. But I want to zoom this in a little bit to kind of show you what I've been looking at. Here, you will see that we kind of double topped here at about 4,000 Satoshis, came down, retested, if you want to call it that, this previous spike here, bounced back up, right? And this is kind of a trend that I've been seeing throughout this downtrend. We'll kind of come up, come back down, hit a previous level, a previous high or something like that, and kind of bounce off of it, come back down. This one here kind of bounced off of this previous spike over here before the last one, bounced back up, kind of came down. You see that each time it kind of comes back down and breaks through, tries to find another support level, bounces, kind of ends up coming back down, breaking through that, and finding somewhere else to bounce off of. Most recently, we bounced off of this nice meaty support level that we found here between these two spikes, between looks like the 15th of February and 16th of April. So this 2-month span right here, we actually kind of built some good support in here before taking off, and now we're kind of coming back down, all the way down, and kind of retesting that area. We did have a bounce as a result of hitting this level, and that's brought us, it took us just, I think it topped out around 2100 sats, and we're kind of coming back down now. So the reason I wanted to point that out is because if this is to continue the way it has, now I've seen people draw triangles here to make it look like this is a breakout of the downtrend, and I would have to personally disagree. I think it's more of a continuation, if anything. It's spike here, spike here, spike here. This line is still pretty much still solid. So it's still very directional. I wouldn't count this as a breakout at all. So given that idea, it's possible that we could continue downward again and maybe even find another level of support to test before the next bounce. So this could kind of come out downward this way. And looking at this, I think that the next level of support is probably about here at, between 1,000 and 1,100 Satoshis, if we are going to come back down and find another level of support to test. So that is a possibility. We did have a good solid support level here. Now each one of these, each time that it's come down, it's fallen on a relatively shallow support level. spike here, spike here. This is the first time that we've bounced off of something actually with some substance. So this could be the beginning of a sideways trend. This really what I've been looking for is more sideways action like what we saw here. And I haven't really been seeing it. Hopefully, since we've found this support level and kind of bounced off and came around, I hope that we can finally start to see some sideways action with a slight upward trend before I can really say that I'm ultra bullish in the short term. Of course I'm bullish in the long term, of course I am, but we do have a very serious downtrend playing out here, and until we find some actual support that we can kind of start playing off of, I don't really know. In terms of, you know, it's always good to be bullish, but right now, you know, the chart speaks for itself, and this action that I've been seeing, I kind of would expect to see it do the same thing again. So that could bring us down to, you know, somewhere in the neighborhood of 1,000 satoshis. So be prepared for that. Don't bid, but just be prepared for that. I did notice, I want to kind of just hit on this real quick. Last night we had a little bit of a spike that took us up to, you know, just over 2,000 satoshis. But if we look at this, we can go all the way down into the 1 minute chart on this just to really kind of give you a good idea of what actually took place. That whole little spike took place over the course of like 2 minutes, 5 minutes at most. It went up, came down. Like this could have been one buy order. I don't know where, you know, on any exchange it could have, you know, we don't really know how it was played out, but it didn't last. It didn't last at all. So I'm not even really counting that as momentum in terms of, you know, oh look, well, we had a spike here. No, that was just like one buy order. So not really counting that too much, not really giving that too much weight. So yeah, we'll see how this kind of goes. Another thing I want to point out is that throughout Vertcoin's history, it's kind of taken for it to kind of get back down to this level before it pumps off again. You see here the initial when it was first launched, it kind of came down all the way down to this bottom here, you know, under, let's see, each time it's done this has come down to under 4,000 satoshis, right? So this is the first time here, shot back up, did it again. Well, let's see, yeah, you could say that hit under 4,000 satoshis, shot back up, not as high, but back down to under 4,000 satoshis, shot back up, and now we are here again. And this is a bit of a longer cycle. So while we've been in a bear market for the last 2 years, you know, Vertcoin has been slow to recover. But here we are again finding a new low. And if you remember, we did hit a new all-time low in terms of Satoshi value back in December, January. This is actually when I started making videos. yeah, call me a glutton for punishment. But yeah, so we kind of have been slowly recovering from that low since then, and I think we'll continue to do so in the medium to long term. So if that's something to be bullish about, I think this was the bottom. I don't expect that this downward trend will go any lower than that. So, and this is a good way to look at it too, because despite this downward trend and the pumps that we've been seeing, you can see like we haven't gone anywhere. We've put up some gains in terms of the low, but we really haven't moved. This is still, I mean, if this were to continue trending sideways, this could all be looked at like as a straight line. You know, even with the price action that we've been seeing, like, okay, yeah, it was dead for this period of time, you know, before the next peak, spike, pump, bull run, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, that just kind of gives you some perspective on how much room we still have to grow here. I want to take a quick look at the Bitcoin price just to, I guess, kind of show you guys another thing that I've been seeing. There's been a lot of speculation around this formation here. I've seen, you know, there's channels and everything like that drawn around this, and that's great. You know, people thought that we were gonna break to the upside here. As it turns out, that wasn't the breakout we were looking for. Some people are speculating, not very many, but some are speculating that we could end up coming down to about the $20,000 level on Bitcoin. And, you know, I don't think that would be terribly far out of the question. I hope it doesn't, I guess. I mean, it'd be a hell of a sale. But I don't really want to see it go that low. I'm ready for some more bullish action on these alts, definitely. But the reason I'm saying it's plausible to me that we could kind of come down and touch 20,000 is because that's the previous high. And if you've watched these markets long enough, you've probably noticed that markets tend to do that. Here, zooming in on the 2017 bull run, you can kind of see that we kind of came up, came down, retouched the previous high, went up, came down, retouched the previous high, went up, came down, retouched the previous high, and then we went parabolic. When this top came in, we kind of came down and then touched this last high here before we went parabolic, and then the bear market ensued from there. But this is something that kind of plays out throughout these market cycles, where you kind of go up, you have a top, you come down quite a bit, you go up, and you know what I mean? It always wants to come down and retouch the previous high. And if we were to look at this holistically, it's not out of the question to think that, you know, we could very well come down and retouch 20K before either trending sideways or just kind of taking back off again. We don't really know how that would go, but it is plausible that we could come and hit 20,000. I realize all of a sudden that I am sounding bearish in this video. I guess I don't mean to. I'm just kind of pointing things out. So this isn't stuff that I'm hoping for, but you know, since everything has been trending downward, I just want to kind of give you guys the bearish side of the coin, if you will. Anyways, that's enough of that. I wanted to show you guys the order book. This is in Bittrex. Right now we are kind of bouncing between 1631, 1656. So that's about the level we're at. That's actually an improvement from where this was when I started making this video. We were here at about, you know, 1620. So we have had a little bit of a recovery, you know, to the upside. So that's good. We'll kind of keep watching this. And like I said, you know, worst case scenario, in my opinion, is that this continues to drop until, you know, into the low 1,000 Satoshi range. So that's something to look out for. I personally will be accumulating on the way down if that's the way that's to play out, but you guys know me. That's just what I'm going to be doing either way. So with that analyses, with that analysis, those analyses out of the way, I want to kind of jump to something a little bit more lighthearted. In my last video, I didn't get around to congratulating the winners of the emoji contest. That went over pretty well. You heard me say before, I hope that the community can get together and do this kind of stuff again in the near future. But the winners, that's second place. I didn't reset this tab. Third place is this nice rocket here with the Vertcoin in the window. Very cool. Very cool. I like this a lot. Second place is this arcade style Vertcoin button. Smash it, smash it, smash it. Get it. Mine it. Spam it. Do it. And first place goes to this mine Vertcoin logo emblem. I like it. I like it. It's a very cool little GPU that they've drawn in right here. And yes, of course, mine that VTC. You want to mine the VTC definitely before the halving. That halving is coming. December will be here before you know it, and that mining reward will be sliced. So get it while it's hot. Get it while you can. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is about all I have for this video. Thanks for watching. Be sure to smash the like and subscribe. Leave a comment below. It really does help with the YouTube algorithm. And if the core grows, the coin grows. You've heard me say that before. I might make that a thing, but it does help out the channel a lot. Let's also, we're close. Let's try to get this channel to 100 subscribers. I know that's we're still a young channel, kind of starting out here. So if you help us get to 100 subscribers, that'll be great. When we're looking at like 1,000, you'll be able to come back and say like, hey, I was one of the first 100 subscribers, blah blah blah, and you know, that'll get you cool points and thumbs ups and stuff. So yeah, that's it for me, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one. Vertcoin Core.